You know, Ju has a problem when Vegas had a better character resolution than him. Everybody knows Vegas is a shit show. Everybody knows Pete deserves better than him. We know he's a walking collection of red flags, but Kin Porsche is a fantastical series of mafias and gun violence, money, and power. So it is easy enough to distance ourselves from the series and figure out where the line of reality is. But when your character is a high school student and your series is geared towards a younger, impressionable audience, then the stakes are different. Especially if you don't outright acknowledge that your second couple is problematic. And you don't provide a proper character resolution that does not romanticize bullying. Hi, my name is Nemo-chan. Welcome to my channel where I talk about a lot of gay shit and complain about every little thing because I am always dissatisfied about something and I'm a bitch. It's Pride Month and in celebration, let us talk about the constant bad representation of the LGBTQ plus in the BL world. The problematic romanticization of toxic and abusive relationship, which does not help in validating the queer experience. A lot of people are probably going to come after me, say that it is not a big deal because it's fiction. It's not real. But fiction is a mirror of our society and our shared experiences. Fiction possesses a unique power, the ability to cultivate empathy. Because through the lens of storytelling, viewers are invited into the lived experiences of the characters, whether or not the experience is familiar to you. In recent years, queer media from literature, film, and television has emerged as a poignant example of fiction's capacity to teach empathy. With that being said, is bad representation of the queer experience better than no representation at all? One can argue that even though the portrayals are inaccurate, it is better than silence and outright dismissal. But I believe that we could do better than either of these because bad rep and no rep are both damaging. When it comes to the LGBTQ plus representation, sometimes the silence is deafening. No representation means that queer characters are left out of the narrative entirely. Their stories remain untold, their struggles invisible, and their triumphs uncelebrated. This means that authentic narratives and experiences of gay men are often overlooked or ignored. And not just gay men, queer people in general. For LGBTQ plus individuals, the absence of representation can feel like trapped or they are trapped in an eternal closet. It reinforces the notion that their experiences are not worthy of acknowledgement or exploration, leading to feelings of isolation and alienation. Without representation, media misses out on the chance to tell diverse and enriching stories. LGBTQ plus narratives are brimming with depth, complexity, and universal themes that have the power to resonate with audiences of all identities. Media, including BL series, has the potential to educate and raise awareness about LGBTQ plus issues, struggles, and relationships. Without representation, these opportunities are missed, perpetuating ignorance and contributing to the persistence of harmful stereotypes and biases. Then there was yaoi, where you're drowning in a sea of stereotypes. One of the primary criticism of BL series, particularly those originating from yaoi, is the tendency to misrepresent and fetishize gay relationships. And we know that yaoi has always been geared towards straight women fetishizing gay men. Yaoi often prioritizes titillation and fantasy over authentic and respectful depiction of queer experiences, leading to the objectification of gay men and their relationships. BL series often rely on stereotypical character archetypes such as the dominant or the semi or the submissive or the uke, which can reinforce rigid and harmful gender roles. We're in the BL community and we still could not escape misogyny. This can perpetuate harmful stereotypes and limit the representation of diverse identities and relationship dynamics within the LGBTQ plus community. Any BL series lack diversity in terms of characters, backgrounds, experiences, and identities. A lot of these series just seems like copy paste of each other. BL series also frequently depicts relationships with significant power imbalances such as age gaps or hierarchy differences between characters. This can romanticize or normalize unhealthy dynamics such as coercion or manipulation, which can be harmful to both the LGBTQ plus individuals and the audiences. And this romanticization of bullying and homophobia in BL series is a concerning issue. And I would hate to think of myself as a prude. I'm not against featuring and discussing problematic topic and characters in queer media. On the contrary, I'm all for it because it can start a conversation. My misgivings come from romanticizing problematic and abusive relationships. In some BL series, bullying and harassment are portrayed as romantic or even desirable behaviors within romantic relationships. This normalization of abusive behavior sends a dangerous message that mistreatment and coercion are acceptable, and even romantic gestures, which can have real world implications for individuals experiencing similar situations. The romanticization of bullying, homophobia in BL series can distort viewers' perceptions of healthy relationships and acceptable behavior. By presenting harmful actions as romantic or necessary for character development, these series can reinforce harmful stereotypes about queer individuals and perpetuate the misconception that abuse is a normal part of romantic relationships. BL series that romanticize bullying and homophobia often rely on harmful stereotypes about LGBTQ plus individuals, portraying them as weak, submissive, or deserving of mistreatment. This perpetuation of stereotypes not only marginalizes LGBTQ plus individuals but also contributes to a culture of intolerance and discrimination. This is especially true in the manual version of Jasper 2. I only read up to chapter 38 or something. But anyway, after Tae Yi assaulted Soo Yeon, and don't come after me, it is assault. At his uncle's bar, he blamed it on Soyeon that Soyeon riles him up. Whatever that means. Whatever riling him up means. The series is not any better though, because Tae apologized for offending Soyeon. How about apologizing for sexually assaulting him? And it was never discussed after that. There is a lot of other examples out there. The History franchise is especially guilty of this. We can have a whole other discussion on how problematic the History franchise is. We can have a whole video on Make Our Days Count and the blatant bullying at the start of that series. And while Juha and Duyon are great characters and I love their chemistry, the series should have done more for Jua. I don't know, like therapy? Get therapy. I'll pay for it. But romanticizing bullying and homophobia, BL series miss an opportunity to depict healthy and respectful relationships between LGBTQs, LBGT, LGBT, sorry, LGBTQ plus individuals. Instead of enforcing harmful stereotypes and tropes, BL series could explore themes of acceptance, mutual respect, and overcoming adversity in ways that are empowering and affirming for queer viewers. Media is a powerful tool, and with the wrong message, it can be harmful. For viewers who identify as LGBTQ, these problematic themes can have profound impact on their mental health and well being. Seeing their experiences trivialized or romanticized in media can exacerbate feelings of isolation, self doubt, and internalized homophobia, leading to increased vulnerability to mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. By changing harmful stereotypes and promoting positive representations of LGBTQ relationships, media creators can play a crucial role in fostering understanding, acceptance, and empathy towards queer individuals in society. While no representation can lead to feelings of invisibility and marginalization, bad representation can be equally damaging. By perpetuating harmful stereotypes and misconceptions, meaningful and authentic representation is crucial for fostering understanding, empathy, acceptance towards the LGBTQ community in media and society at large. I acknowledge how problematic Kin Porsche was, but we all have a clear understanding that Kin sexually assaulted Porsche and that Vegas belongs in a jail cell away from Pete. These things were not clear in Jasper 2. Tae did not acknowledge that he assaulted Sion. Do-yeon just accepted that Juha is an abusive, homophobic, violent son of a bitch. I'm not saying that we should stop watching these shows. I love both these shows. All I ask is that we all acknowledge that there's a problem and we call it out for each other's sakes and for those younger and impressionable audiences. If you reach this point, then let me tell you my own story. I've realized at a young age that I am attracted to other girls as well as boys. But growing up, I only see two types of women that are openly attracted to other women. Those women who act manly, cut their hair short, wear men's clothes, and the others are the over sexualized sexy women in media created for men's satisfaction. And I don't see myself as either of those. I don't want to be a man. I like my long hair. I like pretty dresses. I like how I am. And I don't want to change that. And seeing those over sexualized gay women make me feel dirty and violated. So I kept quiet about it until I am a young adult and learned that sexuality is a spectrum and it is okay to just be me. Even though I don't fit a term or a particular color of the rainbow, it is fine. It does not invalidate my queerness. I learned that, but I wish that it's that easy to live it and to live that truth, to live in the belief that queerness is okay. I suffered from self hatred and internalized homophobia for years, and I still struggle with it now, and I'm in my mid 30s. The self hatred stems from the fact that I feel like a hypocrite. How I can easily accept queerness from other people and still struggle with it with myself. How even now I can't stomach watching anything too sexual when it comes to GL. I'll watch fluff, but anything past kissing makes me feel very uncomfortable. And I understand that that's a me problem, and I will continue to struggle with it. So, whenever someone says it's not a big deal, it's just fiction, I am here to tell you that fiction is a big deal, and I am proof that it could leave a lasting impression. And before I have a mental breakdown, I will say goodbye now. And if you've reached this point, comment down below the rainbow emoji. Be proud, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Instead of throwing some toxic character at me, how about some tentacles? Or werewolves? We love wolves. Better yet, some cryptid. I love me some Bigfoot. I sound fucking insane. I really should get some sleep. Thank you very much. See you in the next one.